Students, are we recording?
No.
Hello, my dear students. I feel like Mr. Rogers. I feel I should put on my tennis shoes and my sweater, but I'm going to put on my lab coat. Won't you be my neighbor, but won't you please stay 6 feet away from me? We're going to do social distancing. So, this is a lab. I have the lab posted in Moodle. You'll need to print it out. I hope you have a printer. If not, you can write your answers on a piece of paper, and you'll see the format when you open up the lab. And so let's go over and do a lab. This one's called lab number 12, Chemical Names and Formulas. And it's a little practice for the end of Chapter 3. And in general, you know, when I test, I love to test things that I know you've already seen. And now we're going to see these compounds and these, and practice naming them as well as writing their formulas. So, this experiment that you'll have is called Chemical Names and Formulas, and it says, very simply, wear your safety goggles, don't chew gum, drink, or eat in the laboratory, and never taste a chemical in the laboratory. I'll have some comments about that. And it says, observe the solid compounds below, write the color and any other descriptive information. If the name is given, write the formula. And if the formula is given, write the name and record your results in this table. So let's come over here and start. I have some compounds set up, and in some cases I have the name, and in some cases I have the formula. So number 1 is potassium iodide. I will say potassium is a group 1 metal, and iodine is a group 7 halogen, and they come together to form potassium iodide. This is what they put into iodized salt, and if you eat salt substitute, this is what that is made up of. No, that might be potassium chloride. I'm trying to remember. But if you live near a nuclear power plant, they tend to give this to the electric company customers around the plant in case of a nuclear accident. One of the isotopes blown into the air is, I believe, I-135, and it tends to accumulate in your thyroid. So this displaces the radioactive iodine by substituting regular iodine. The second one is sodium chloride, plain old sodium chloride. This is my laboratory grade sodium chloride. It doesn't have sand in it or silicon aluminum carbonate or whatever they put in the Walmart salt. Yes, there's sand in there. That's why it's cloudy when you make your salt solutions. But that keeps the salt from clumping. So nothing helps completely in Arkansas. We're very humid here. Sodium chloride. And if you see, it's a fine crystalline powder. If you haven't seen it under the microscope, I'll set one up. It's amazing to see. In a somewhat more transparent, clear, larger, chunkier crystals, we have magnesium sulfate. You can buy this at Walmart as Epsom salts. The next one is copper sulfate. It's a beautiful blue crystalline compound commonly used in junior high school labs to make big crystals from saturated solutions as they evaporate. It makes big, pretty blue crystals. And finally, I have sodium hydrogen carbonate. Oops. Finally, I just gave you the answer, NaHCO3. Okay? NaHCO3, you know it as baking soda. A very, very fine, powdery substance that is archaically known and trivially known as sodium bicarbonate. We're not supposed to use that terminology anymore. The next one is AgNO3. These are gray, kind of flat, flaky crystals. You may notice I don't have a lot of it in here. You may remember Ag is silver. And so by mass, I think about half, I'll have to do the math to be sure, of this compound is silver, and it's expensive. So that's all I had in the bottle. And there is AgNO3. The next one on your lab protocol says NaNO2, which I'll go ahead and tell you was sodium nitrite. But I didn't have any NaNO2, so I substituted NaNO3, sodium nitrate. This is a wonderful oxidizer. Can be used as a fertilizer. By itself, it's pretty harmless, but when mixed with something that can burn, it acts as quite an accelerant. The next one is NaF. I substituted that for KF because we don't have any KF. This is a very, very fine powder, almost like powdered sugar. In fact, it tends to compress and take the form of the container, form a plug like that. If you brush your teeth with, I forget whether it's Colgate or Crest, one of them uses, I want to say, stannous fluoride or tin fluoride. You probably brushed your teeth with Na, as sodium, and fluoride is good for protecting your teeth. Stop, pause. Joseph, we're recording. You need to be quiet.
Wait a minute, it's not stopping. I need him to stop. Stop. Is it going? Okay, it was.
No, it's not stopped. You're still recording. See the timer going?
Mm-hmm.